Alright, let's dive into something that's got the internet buzzing. Nancy Cartwright, the iconic voice behind Bart Simpson, recently dropped a bombshell on a podcast. She thinks The Simpsons might be wrapping up after its 40th season. Now, before you start panicking or celebrating, depending on where you stand, let's break this down. First off, what makes this really interesting is the timing. The Simpsons has been a cultural juggernaut for over 3 decades. It's not just a show, it's a phenomenon. Personally, I think what's fascinating here is how Cartwright's statement feels both inevitable and shocking. Inevitable because, let's face it, nothing lasts forever, especially in the fast-paced world of entertainment. But shocking because The Simpsons has become this evergreen entity, almost like a piece of cultural furniture. It's always just there. So, the idea of it ending feels like a tectonic shift. Now, Cartwright herself said it's just her opinion, which is important to note. She's not the showrunner, and she's not calling the shots. But as someone who's been the voice of Bart since 1987, her perspective carries weight. What many people don't realize is that voice actors are often the heartbeat of animated shows. They're the ones breathing life into these characters, week after week, year after year. So when someone like Cartwright speculates about the show's future, it's worth listening to. Here's where it gets even more intriguing. Cartwright isn't looking to retire. She'd stick around if the show continues beyond season 40. This raises a deeper question: what does it take for a show like The Simpsons to keep going? Is it just about the creators and the network? Or is it about the audience's willingness to keep tuning in? From my perspective, the longevity of The Simpsons isn't just about the writing or the animation. It's about the emotional connection fans have with Springfield and its residents. If that connection fades, no amount of renewal deals will save it. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The Simpsons isn't just the longest-running animated series in the US. It's a cultural time capsule. It's predicted presidential elections, satirized societal trends, and somehow stayed relevant through decades of change. If you take a step back and think about it, ending after 40 seasons would be a monumental milestone. It's not just about the show ending. It's about an era coming to a close. What this really suggests is that even the most iconic pieces of media have a shelf life, and maybe that's okay. One thing that immediately stands out is the fan reaction. Some are saying it's time for The Simpsons to die with dignity, while others are clinging to the hope that it'll never end. Personally, I think this divide highlights something bigger: the tension between nostalgia and innovation. Do we let things evolve indefinitely, or do we honor them by letting them end gracefully? It's a question that applies to more than just TV shows. It's about how we handle change in general. And let's not forget the second Simpsons movie coming in 2027. If the show does end in 2029, that movie could serve as a victory lap, a final hurrah. A detail I find fascinating is how Cartwright's comment and the movie's release date almost feel like a coordinated effort to give The Simpsons the send-off it deserves. Whether that's intentional or not, it's a smart move. So, where does this leave us? In my opinion, the end of The Simpsons isn't just about a show concluding. It's about the end of an era. It's about saying goodbye to a piece of pop culture that's shaped generations. But here's the thing: even if it does end, its impact won't. Springfield will live on in reruns, memes, and the hearts of fans. And maybe, just maybe, that's the best way for a show like this to go out. Not with a whimper, but with a legacy that'll outlast us all. What do you think? Is it time for The Simpsons to take a bow? Or should it keep going as long as it can? Let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious to hear your take.